When you think about the world's best marketing machines, you probably picture a huge tech company or some global fashion brand, right? But what if I told you one of the most effective, most powerful marketing engines out there is actually an academic institution? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the legendary Indian Institutes of Technology, or the IITs, and deconstruct their surprisingly modern and powerful marketing strategy. It's a fascinating mix of old school legacy and super sharp new age tactics. And that really is the big question here, isn't it? When your reputation is your single biggest asset, how do you actually translate that history, that legacy, into things like social media engagement, online leads, and ultimately, student enrollments? It's a real balancing act, and the way the IITs are doing it is a fantastic case study in how you can honor tradition while absolutely crushing it with modern-day tactics. So, to really get a handle on their modern strategy, we've got to start at the beginning with their foundation. Let's call this part one, the Prestige Playbook. Before a single social media ad gets designed or one line of code is written to optimize a website, there's the brand itself. In the IIT name, it carries an incredible amount of weight. This isn't something they just cooked up. It's been built piece by piece over decades. This is more than just marketing. It's the sum total of their history and achievements. And look, this kind of prestige doesn't just happen by accident. It's really built on three huge interconnected pillars. First, you have this incredibly powerful alumni network that acts like a constant worldwide advertisement for the brand. Then you've got the top-tier global rankings, which give them that objective proof that they're among the best. And finally, their high-impact research keeps them on the cutting edge and globally relevant. These three things feed into each other, creating this self-reinforcing cycle of prestige that is, honestly, almost impossible for anyone else to replicate. So you take all that history, all those rankings, all those successful alumni, and what does it all boil down to? This one simple, incredibly powerful promise. This quote right here is the absolute core of their value proposition. It's what every single potential student hears loud and clear. It is the ultimate marketing message refined over generations. But hey, prestige alone isn't going to cut it in today's world, right? You can't just rely on your reputation. And that brings us to their much more modern approach. Part two, digital and content strategy. This is all about how they bridge the gap from tradition to trending. This slide just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? The old school way of doing things, campus visits, glossy brochures, it worked for its time, but its reach was limited. Now look at the right side. They've either replaced or supercharged those old methods with a really sophisticated digital toolkit. So word of mouth isn't just word of mouth anymore. It's happening on LinkedIn and Instagram. And instead of just broad outreach, they're running sharp, data-driven ad campaigns that can target very specific people. It's a complete transformation. And this isn't just random posting, it's a very deliberate, classic marketing funnel that's been perfectly tailored for education. So at the top, they're building awareness. How? By using their greatest asset, those alumni success stories. In the middle, for consideration, they offer real value, things like free webinars, which lowers the barrier to entry and gives people a little taste of the IIT experience. And then at the bottom of the funnel, they use those targeted campaigns to convert all that interest into actual signups. So what kind of content are we talking about here? Well, it's all about connecting with what their audience really wants, their ambitions. They're not just leaning on their history, they are actively proving they're relevant right now. That means creating content around hot topics like AI and partnering up with big ed tech companies to show they are still on the absolute cutting edge of education. Okay, so they've got the powerful brand, they've got the slick digital content strategy, but who exactly are they talking to? This brings us to part three, targeting top talent. And this is where their strategy gets incredibly precise. Now you might think IITs only market to high school kids getting ready for those incredibly tough entrance exams, the JEE aspirants. And yeah, they're the biggest piece of the pie. But look at this chart. A huge 35% of their focus is on working professionals who want to upskill. And another 15% goes to corporate clients looking for custom training. So the IIT audience is way more diverse than you probably thought. And because they have such different audiences, they can't just use a one-size-fits-all message. That would never work. Instead, they tailor their communication with almost surgical precision. For the young students, the message is all about getting a great job, even using tactics that guarantee placements. For the professionals, the focus shifts to accelerating their career with high-end executive programs. And for corporate clients, it's all about offering customized training solutions. Each message is perfectly crafted, to solve a specific problem for a specific group. But reaching all these diverse audiences at scale, well, that takes more than just what you can do in-house. And that brings us to the final piece of this whole puzzle, how they multiply their impact. Part 4 is all about partnerships that amplify. Their partnerships aren't random. They are incredibly strategic. Every one is designed to extend both their reach and their credibility. So they team up with industry giants, which gives their certifications immediate real-world value. They collaborate with big ed tech firms to instantly tap into massive new audiences. And they even build their own online platforms, which lets them scale their courses globally, far beyond what their physical campuses could ever handle. And this is where you see the whole machine working in perfect sync. For their online programs, which are becoming more and more important, they use every modern marketing tactic in the book. They use powerful testimonials to build trust and social proof, and then they use super precise, data-driven ads to find the exact professionals who would get the most out of a new certification. It completely closes the loop on that marketing funnel we talked about. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's pretty clear, right? The IIT marketing machine is just this brilliant fusion of the old and the new. They masterfully leverage this incredible legacy of prestige and then combine it with a really nimble, smart, data-driven digital strategy. It's proof that you can respect your history while fully embracing the tools of the future. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Their entire playbook right now is built on that core promise of a successful, high-paying career. But, the very definition of success is changing for a new generation. So how will this incredibly powerful marketing machine need to adapt its core message to stay relevant for the future? Definitely something to think about.